This is the 25 Honda Passport, and if I can be so frank, I think this is one of the most exciting vehicles that Honda has put out in the last few years, maybe aside from the Type R. But for years they have been trying to make the Passport a little bit more off-roady, and I think they finally get to a point where they're succeeding. This one, the TrailSport, everything is named Trail these days, Trail something, is a little bit taller. It has accessory wheels on it, which look really cool. They're available in white too. It's got general all-terrain tires on it, all-terrain tires on it, and it actually looks pretty cool. The wheels and tires definitely make it. The ground clearance isn't stellar. They want to compare it to the 4Runner, which on numbers it might, but on actual ability, maybe. But for 99.9% of the people, this is going to be completely fine. And I can say this as a former 4Runner owner, this is probably going to drive a lot nicer on the highway. But it is mostly front-wheel drive based. That said, the Honda all-wheel drive system is actually really good, especially the model that have the super handling on them, because they do vectoring, fancy shit. The point is that they do get traction to the ground. One thing they've done, which unfortunately is not on this car, that if you watched any of my videos, things I always complain about is the lack of spare tire. In the Passport, you can get a full-size spare mounted on a matching wheel, mounted right there. It's an accessory, but I actually have the same way tire mounted in my Lexus GX, and I think that looks really cool. But it's also brilliant because it's easily accessible, and it takes away from some cargo space. But people say that tires can smell inside, and it really doesn't. But having a full-size spare is something that I really do enjoy, just because I got stranded so many times. But this looks, I think, really cool. I'm genuinely excited about this. Honda made a picture of these two cars suspended from each other using their recovery hooks, saying how strong they are. Whoop-de-doo. Going inside, it's typical Honda. This is the fully loaded model with heated and ventilated front seats. Nothing revolutionary here. Typical display for our gauge cluster. Typical Honda stuff. This shifter, I find it kind of annoying, but Honda is sticking to it. It's reverse, neutral, drive, park. You're going back and forth with it, and I don't know. There's probably a better solution for this. Wireless phone charger, a little pocket here for God knows what. Huge panoramic sunroof. Again, this is the fully loaded model. Huge panoramic sunroof going over there. I think this is going to be a big hit for Honda, and I'm happy to see them finally making something that I actually really want to get myself, and that I'm genuinely interested in. Because yes, it's not a hardcore body on frame off-roader with lacking differentials and all that other crap, but it's gonna get sorry, I'm dying here, too much drinking last night. But it's going to get 90% of people to 90% of places they want to get to, if not more. Just the tires alone. It's a lot of these, front-wheel drive-based crossovers are mostly limited by tires, because most of the time they put tires on them that get good gas mileage and a smooth ride. But this is great job on Honda for this one.